Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm your host TE. And today we're going to be doing some mock building, some more custom Lego, more whatever we got on the table. Going to be going into it today with the idea in mind being a mock I've been planning for several years now. Day one, finally getting to it. I won't reveal the full scope or the name of it just yet, but under code name we'll call this a Frosty Cavern for the day. Might be revealed next week by the time we get partway through this build, but we'll see. We'll always see where it's going. You can see I got plenty of light aqua just scattered about. I definitely want the ice to look this more frosted color rather than a white or a blue. Get that nice in between. But yeah, we're gonna start building a pretty big, sizable square, a base, do some fun angles with the rotating the bricks around and doing different things that just kind of offset it just a little bit from what people are used to. I have a little bit of a plan I made a while back for the starting of it, and I'll probably be referencing that quite a bit on and off. I will not be sharing that on screen because the only evidence I could find of it was something I sent to a group that was planned to be a collaborative on this. So instead of showing off the entire chat and doxing whatever our conversations were and whoever was involved, I'm just going to leave that off screen. They'll just have to trust me and we're just going to go from there. But yeah, this has been a build that I've been planning for quite some time now. Something in the background that has been on my mind since, while I'm chatting here, I'm just going to do some sorting of pieces that I've been meaning to. I'll sort some of these bags in a bit that are a little off, but also I want to get this 16 by 16 plate back that has too many of these D-snot, what do you like to call them? I'm going to get it all off this. I did this one time just to see how the texture would look, and now I need to disassemble that. I just want to get the 16 by 16 back. It's been sitting around too long. So I'll disassemble that as we chat. But yeah, this build has been on the back burner for an incredibly long time. Since I went to my first large-scale convention, it's been on my mind as a plan. That was about 2021. So I've been cooking this one for a while. That's why I have so much light aqua. There's even more off screen that none of you can see. But I have so much light aqua because I've been trying to stockpile it. Now that I have it all in one place, it's a lot, but I'm also starting to think it's not going to be enough. It might be for what we're building today, the small chunk of it, but the overall project, I think I'm going to need to drop and get a couple dozen more pounds of bricks. It's going to be a doozy. If I pull it off right, hopefully it'll be amazing. But there are so many other projects that are distracting right now. So we will, like I always say, we'll have to see. I'll have to see where it goes. The biggest issue is there's so much going on. I have a large volume. I wouldn't say it's a big build, but a lot of things going on for October. I like to do my yearly events for October. So that's been chewing up a lot of my time. I'm only just over halfway done, and we have only a couple weeks before it hits. So that's a whole storm on its own. And then I was planning to get a creature done by December and another Exoforce vehicle by March. But with all of that distracting, this bad boy has to get at least 70% done by the April show, and then fully done by Brickworld Chicago in the summer. Roughly June time. So all those little projects being a distraction is definitely going to make this harder to work on, but we'll hopefully get that between now and October, and then skip for October, pick back up in November, and probably alternate like every other month on this thing. Hopefully get enough done in the meantime so that collaborators of mine can also get some ideas of where we're going with this project. But one step at a time. I need to get my head on straight before I can start directing others. I've been in part of collaborations before, but this would be my first one that I'm leading. The concept isn't foreign to me, but I may as well have made it a collaborative effort with the form factor of it. This build was intentionally supposed to be mine alone, but I saw no harm in being like, oh hey, you're interested in XYZ, would you like to help me with ABC? So that's the path we're going down. Might as well get as many people, well, not as many, a few trusted people involved. I don't want this to be a massive collab, just a handful of people. So it will be a nice, calming introductory to my collaboratives. And I don't plan to cut any corners. I want these to be big and extravagant as they can be. Magnificent mocks, as you call it. So a lot planned. And all I have to show for it is a single color of light aqua. But I've never built with this much I've almost rarely ever built with light aqua. So this is going to be pleasantly fun with the diversity of parts I got. Or at least, not just the diversity of parts, but just having this much of this color. The toothpaste. I really hope people don't look at this build and call it the toothpaste cave. That would be unfortunate. Luckily, to help convey that it's ice, I have primarily focused on angular pieces. So stick away from any weird curves that might make it feel softer. You know, the nice harsh angles. Angular aggressiveness, you could call it. Just gotta shift some things around. I've been slowly improving the stream situation. There's definitely some slight improvements here and there. I still have no idea why it wants to crash every 2 hours. I've done so many modifications to that regard. And as of last stream, it was still doing it. So it'll probably happen again this stream, unfortunately. So that's a part I still can't figure out. But this stream should be our first where the music doesn't stop on its own. It should go infinitum now. And the next step for that is I should probably get some additional songs in the mix. Just because it's like 17 songs. So after a couple hours, it's going to get repetitive. I'll do what I can. The goal is to constantly improve while holding up what quality I have. And I want the best quality that I can produce. Even if that means all of this streaming stuff is cutting into my private time for focusing other projects. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. But I hope you all are enjoying the content I got and coming along with me on this journey to whatever these art pieces will be. I guess I could have labeled this as a sorting stream first and then building, but I didn't know I would need this much sorting. So we're just chitting chatting, jibber jabbing. Now with this many of these type of slopes, I might be very tempted to try to cut as many of the lips out as possible. And by doing that, you'd use some bracket shenanigans. Get everything offset by half plate. That'll probably be too much effort for how big this thing's going to be, but at the same time, it is going to bother me seeing those lips every so often. But yeah, like I said earlier, all these angular pieces should make for some good, sharp angles that really help portray that it's ice. Ice, ice, baby, come on. Come on. So we got that going for it. Alright, probably put the 1x3s in the big bag. Big bag McGee. And I think this might be the only amount of sorting I need to do. I'm starting to think that I need a funnel for when I put stuff in bags. I don't know why it's like the one thing I don't have for my Lego stuff. And it always comes back to mind when I'm failing to get parts into a bag like this. Nothing but most nonsense for me. Gave us our first part drop of the day. Slipped right out of the bag. So that's fun. That's fun. Ooh. A little bit of itch on the nose. But how's everyone been doing? I probably should have started off with asking that, but here we are. Talk a little bit away from the ice, and we'll talk about icebreakers being, how is everyone doing? Another capstone to the weekend. Everything's been nice and chill. No true chaos just yet. But I've had a good time. Got to visit with a friendly face. And watched a movie with a group. Got to share the new Superman movie, because I loved that one in theaters. So luckily I got to share that with people that had never seen it before. And I'm glad they had such an appreciation for it, because they knocked that one out of the park. And Mr. Terrific steals the show for me. He is just such a personality. So I was really happy to see him on screen again. And it once again reinforces my excitement for whatever the next DC projects will be. DC's gonna start cooking up some good stuff. That is for sure. Also, it really reinforced that on the rewatch, how good that actor was for Lex Luthor. Just the pure anger and hatred towards Superman is great. Glorious anger. And such a well-written villain. So that was, once again, another fun one. But that was my new movie, or that wasn't even a new movie. Didn't watch a new movie this week. I've been pretty good at watching a movie a week to slowly whittle away at the backlog, because I'm so underdeveloped for film and media. It was just a nice way to get that incorporated in there. Just really focus and do a movie a week. I also started Castlevania Part 2, Season 2 recently. Castlevania Nocturne, I believe it was. With good old Richter Belmont. Before I continue on to that, we're going to start with these 16x16s just as placeholders. I need to tell a collaborator that they showed me that they used 16x16s, but I was like, well, based on how the structure works, you only need them as placeholders, so I probably should have warned him on that. So that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to lay these out. Don't have the full amount, that's fine. We'll just build around it. And I mean, it doesn't really matter which bricks I use. I will probably use probably green. I got plenty of green bricks from other projects. And it doesn't matter that I use 2x2s, 2x6s, or 2x8s. Probably 2x4s will be just fine all the way around. I'm also going to start by trying to get rid of some of these cylinder bricks I have. I had them in the original plans, but I think that was primarily because I have too many of them and I haven't really found a good use for them. So we'll start with those. Those are parts for the corners. Since they don't make 4x4 bricks, they haven't made those in a long time. It's the next best thing, just to help give us some corners. And then we'll start filling out the skeleton of this, what is more or less a mill's plate. And for those of you that don't know what a mill's plate is, it is a reinforced plate structure. It goes underneath your build, so that way when you pick it up, it is solid as can be. That's more or less what this will be. Oh, the big bag of bricks. Big bag of bricks. I'm just gonna let this sit in my lap. Hopefully it doesn't look too awkward. And then I can just do this. See that perfect spacing on the odd number. It's gonna be oh so perfect until I get to the edge. And then things aren't gonna look too great. I'm also starting to think this is going to get real awkward to try to peel this layer off. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll make it work. Because like I said, we don't really need the 16x16s. They're just more or less here to serve as placeholders. I think because of that, I'm just going to shift this one over so I can get the middle lines filled in. Like this one, and this one. And worry about these three odd gaps a little bit later. Just a bit later. Now there is supposed to be an extra thin lip that goes on one side. I might worry about that later. And that one probably will be filled in with plates and bricks. But for now, I just want to start our skeleton up. We can do tic-tac-toe in this. It's 1-2 wide. Has anyone done a 4 wide tic-tac-toe? Would that work still? Can you do tic-tac-toe with like a 5x5 instead? Would that work? Someone's got to experiment that now. Tell me how it goes. Tell me how it goes. Good old clickety-clack of the bricks. Alright, and then this offsets one brick overhang. And the corner's going to be a bit awkward, so I might leave that for now. Because we would need a 3x3 to fill in that gap right across the corner. Not the most useful, or not really a brick for that. I can stack 3x3 plates, but that feels like a waste. I'll just wait and come up with something later. Something later. Ooh. Alright. Then work our way from the center. A little off screen here. But I'll be back, I swear. I should have really screwed this up just a tad. Just a little. Alright, there's nothing to connect these. So I'll put a couple more. And that. Alright, get rid of that big loud bag. Now I think we need some, I think it's tiles, then plate. I mean, sorry, plates, then tiles. Yes. So now we're going to build some mighty fine reinforcements. And it looks like I used, let me see on the small screen. I believe I used 4x4 corner plates, but instead we might go with something different. I gotta go off and find some parts for the moment. I shall return with whatever we need. Oh. Ooh, these might be useful. Oh no, they're the same size. All right, let's see how. So if I use this plate, there's only one stud left over, but it might be perfect for this. Might be what we do. I also have these, but I kind of want to save these. They're a little more useful, a little more versatile, being half the size. Or actually, not even half. That's like the perfect size, but I feel like they're more useful, so I'm going to hold on to those. We get more octagons. It's an octagon. I also have these hollow octagons, but I'm going to save those too. So we'll just use big octagons, and I only have 5, so I'm going to be short one. We'll have to find something else to use for the last one. So that's what? That's a it's a 10 by 10? That's not a real plate type. I will probably just use an 8 by 8 in the meantime. And for some reason I took pieces out and now I can't get pieces back in. Isn't that always lovely? When you make space for stuff and then all of a sudden you somehow ended up with less space. How do you do? All right. Shifted some stuff back around. We're gonna have octagons. And none of this will be seen, so it doesn't really matter what the color is. I have 3 grays, 1 dark tan, and a green. Not sure where I got the green one from. We're just gonna lock these in. Oh, they're really warping. Don't quite want to go on just right. There we go. Now I can see these gaps are 6 plates wide. I could go with the 2 by 6. Yeah, I think I will. Whoa! These are fun bricks for later. They fell over. Some Duplo clear for ice. Ice. Let's see, yeah. 2 by 6s will do. I had a few here. And then, let's see. I do 4 by 6s for the corners. give them a little extra to work with. Get those going. Probably need a lot more than that. A lot more. Probably not the best use of my 4x6s, but I do have a lot. So I'm going to use them for the edge I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna start building that. It's off screen though. Oh, it's still so flimsy. I'm breaking it, ruining it. There you go. Just get that a little bit on screen maybe. And you'll see what I'm talking about for these 4x6s in the front. These will be permanently here, unlike the 16x16s. Just to give it some extra structure. Oh, want to get some offset every other layer, so that way you get the maximum amount of clutch and strength in your build. Ugh. So that doesn't happen. I'm going to shift this back down just so I can connect the rest without it all bending away. And sorry, not sorry, I'm going to take the 3 green bricks from over there just so I can finish the bottom. There we go. Now I don't want to use these for these corners where they all line up. And then there'll be 10 in between. It's still not the greatest overlap, but like I said, I have plenty of these 4x6s. So I'm just going to use them. And if I remember my measurements right, we don't reinforce the edge plate. It just needs to be an overhang. Yeah. So the plate can go to a smooth edge here with the bricks, even though most of this is off screen. Believe me, it's nice and lined up. Alright. These two are left over, but I'll keep them out just in case. I need to find where the rest of my 2x6 plates are. I have tons left over from other projects, but I'm not sure where those got stashed. All my dark tan from the junkyard build I did. Oh, let's see. I know they're in a separate bag somewhere. Time to go out exploring beyond the cameras. I kind of boxed myself in. I might not be able to. Let's see. So I have a bunch of the 2x6 plates in dark tan. Hello. Don't know if that was a beautiful shot of the back of my neck or what. I can't find them. I can't believe I lost it. I may have moved it already to bulk storage, so they were out of the way. And of course, they're the next piece I need. Because we'll have 2x6s here in the middle ones. And I guess I can put these 2x8s here on the edges. Probably shouldn't be using dark tan. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna make another kind of dirt or rocky build sooner than later. Green would probably be bad. Good for grass. But I don't picture myself using lime green anytime soon. So let's just steal these. Just steal the lime. Plenty of at least 2x6s. Don't think I have any 2x8s in here though. Everything's just slightly short. We need 2x10s for that. So, we'll go into the big reserves, the 2x plate reserves. One of the few things I don't sort by color. Shooty shoot. And just short everything. Or I don't want to dip into all these reserves because they might be useful colors later. I think my teal is my bolt color. At least for 2x8s. So we'll get those in there. Get them to be a nice... We're getting a nice rainbow going. Unintentionally. Look at that, I grabbed the perfect amount too. Didn't even count. Alright, and then 2x10s. I don't think I have a bulk of those anywhere. I might just have to just tear away my reserves. Unfortunate, but once again, this is on me. Wait, is this 10? Yes, it is. I will probably save the grays, because those feel like the most useful. We'll just use some basic colors. We got greens, we got some reds. And we're just going to start layering these up. Get these colorful bricks going. Like I said before, the majority of this should not be seen. If it's being seen, then I have made a huge mistake with my color choices. Oh, we really only need 2 more, so we'll use these whites. Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. And I could put 3 in the front. I probably should put 3 in the front. 1 brown, 2 more whites. And I think that's all we need. Ooh, for these 2x10s. Alright, now we gotta figure out these corners. Fill those in 3x3 brick style. Could use L-shaped bricks, or no, that sounds like the play. 2x2 L-shapes. We'll get some 1x2s to fill in some of the rest, and 1x3s. 1x3s are somewhere. Maybe I'll just put some more 2x2s in the back. The spots you won't see as much. Alright. Although I guess the 2x2s won't work. I didn't think about that. because we'll want them to, I gotta get this on screen. 2x2 will go here. And then with the 2x2, now what? Now what? Although I could leave it as a cut corner. It really isn't a big issue. I might go with that and just slap these bricks on the back so they're upside down. You can see them there. Now, technically that is fully filled in. There's nothing underneath. I guess that's what we'll do. It'll guarantee it. At that rate, I didn't need to use the 2x2 either, the cut one. I could have just used a 2x2 brick. Which that does make me want to switch up the front ones to be 2x3 bricks, just so it has more overlap. We'll put these here for now and get a different variety of bricks. Get some variables in there that'll just probably screw me over later. But that's what we gotta do. Get a little bit more strength in there. Cover these up. A bit off screen, sorry about that. I should have zoomed out the camera. Oh well. Alright, so now we have all this. Now, I think we want to, since this one is a little shorter, and you get some 1x2s in there. And then we can start tiling off this. Start getting plenty of tiles so it's nice and smooth. What are we looking for? 1x2s, I said? 1x2s. Start filling in some gaps. Let's see, I have both tiles still out from my diner. It's not a lot, it's a start. It should help us get somewhere. So we can finish locking in all these plates. I'm just gonna use everything. Well, wait. Do I have any in line? I'm gonna put a few in reserve in case I need to use them for another project. Okay. Alright. Now we'll do the most straightforward, which is locking these big hexagons in. And with that, covers quite a few bases already. So we'll do that for the odd man out. And with that, the odd man out is a little bit closer to being lined up with the rest. Our 8x8 plate up here. Yeah. And just like that, we're pretty much out of the tiles. Alright. We'll lock some of these 4x6s and out of those tiles. But we have a lot locked in now. So, the most important is going to get this top line and the bottom line at the top. Those are going to be our most important things to tile away. Let's see what I have. A lot of. I have dark gray. Dark gray is good to use on all the road plates I have. I might be out of options though. This is the problem building with so much bulk. Where does it all go? Where do you put it? How do you prepare for all the things? And for this project, I didn't prepare this part. Just thought, hey, let's get it going on stream. All right, let's get it rolling. All right. We'll dip into the dark gray reserves. Just to keep it moving along. Show this top part since you can actually see it. And I suppose I can always swap these out later, since this is actually going to be our bottom. It's going to be tiled off. Nice and smooth. And that will be explained later, why we are building everything upside down. But for now, trust the process. And the process is running me dry on tiles. Just need to get all of these joints connected. See if I can just push things out of the way. Get some a little bit on screen. Maybe. Wah! Didn't drop that one. I caught it. We're good. That brick did not hit the floor today. Not today. Just enough of these 2x4s to lock things. And then we'll switch to some other tiles to reduce what I use up. I know I have a good amount of filler tile all around, but that kind of filler tile isn't good for locking things together. It's just like all the excess eyeballs nobody wants in the like creator sets and the play brick sets. Okay, that's good for those. We will get some alternate tiles to fill in the rest. Now, I'm pretty sure I need my tiles to go too deep, so I can't cheap out and do 1x's. I do have this big bag, 2x2s, from the Near Automata build, so we will use these to fill in the rest for now. Always get these 2x2 spots. I don't think I want to use 2x6s, those are a little hard to get still. I know they've been out for a while, but using that to fill in all my tiles around the edges doesn't feel like the most useful location for them. Also help if I put the tiles on right. There we go. Also need these edge ones. They're useless. Alright. Just going to fill in everything. Everything must get filled. Or at least top and bottom ones. Nothing else matters. And once I do this, we will not only flip it over, but we'll try to pop out all of the 16x16 plates I no longer need. And so I designed this so that it'd be a little modular and convenient for the collaborative. This designed shape. And I could have gone with this one, or I have one that's half the size, cut down the middle. Real skinny little block. But I wanted to go for a bigger one first to help set example for the team. For the team! Barely out of reach. Okay, now we got all that. Cool. Now, I just need to somehow manage to pop out these plates because they are no longer needed. And just like that, we had our placeholders. Nothing too crazy, but now I can save the 16 by 16s for when they'll actually be seen or useful. And instead we can just put 2 by 6 plates in here. Gotta save bricks where you can. If you can't see it, you don't need to fill it in. Because now our base is already a really strong, or decently strong, interlocking structure. Once I get that last layer of plates back on, it'll have its rigidity again. Rigidity. In theory, I could have built this layer as plates as well instead of bricks, but I did want a little bit of extra depth for how a mechanism will interact with the whole build. So we're just leaving it at that. And now, if only I had more octagons, this would be another brilliant place to put more octagons. So I think instead we'll start with these 8 by 8s. I never use my 8 by 8s anyways. They're just collecting dust in a drawer. We need what? We need 6. So I'll use... I feel like white's not going to be super useful, so I'll use some of those up. We're just going to continue to lock things in. These larger plates are going to want to fight as they warp. And they have to connect all these bricks together, which have microscopic gaps. You know, Lego's all about not creating strain on the bricks, making things legal in their techniques. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, you're always putting stress on the bricks, the way that they have those gaps set up. So it really is a lose-lose situation. Alright, got all those. Now I gotta bring out the dastardly. Gotta bring back out the dastardly 2 by plates. It did not want to math out just right. And I think I will bring out some more of these 4 by 6s. Mayhaps. Just like I said, I have plenty of those. I can just start tearing through. Start reinforcing this. Let's see if the odd number. That's 8 wide. Nice. Nice. Convenient number to work by. So I'll just commit to the same pattern down below. As above, so below. Can't believe I dropped that. We're up to 2. That's our second one. Alright, I think that's as far as the 6 by 6 gets us. I mean, I could just lather the whole thing in them. I don't think I will. Still a little on the flimsy side. It needs that extra lock. So let's see, do I have... I have some plates. I think for these outer ones I'm going to use... Well, I could use 2 by 8s. But I can't think of anywhere I might have more. I'm running low on 2 by 8s. Can't believe I did this to myself. So I think I could do the whole thing in 2 by 8 plates. If I could just find some. Or remember where I put them. gonna be so handy. We went through all those, what are they, turquoise ones? The turquoise ones didn't last at all. So I'm trying to think, where else might I have a bunch of 2x8s unused? I had the lime 2x6 greens earlier. But 2x8s, that's a tough one. I don't want to dip into grayscale. Grayscale's too useful. I have some yellows. It will probably be a big regret if I use them, but I have some, might as well. Just start locking everything together. I really should have bought just a large scale bulk before starting this on stream. My bad. Just kind of floundering around, walking a little aimlessly without these parts. Alright. Let us... Where do I want to steal 2x8s from? That's the $1 million question. I have a bunch in white. I'm sure I need them in white later for this project, but I have them now. So let's start using them. At the very least, the front half, which might be the most seen, so don't quite mind using them up here, where it'll be most visible. I need what? I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? 10 left. Oh. I got some in red. There we go, perfect amount too. Now, if I get halfway through this project and complain that I'm out of red and yellow 2x8s, we all know where to look, where they went. Luckily, I can't picture a regular yellow or regular red build that's in rotation right now. So hopefully this will be just fine and not problematic in the slightest. But there we have our base, nice and sturdy, no longer flexing. It will be the base of our box. And where we will start our build. I am going to put some additional parts. They might just be placeholders, they might be permanent, which is going to be the outside trim. Not super massive on importance, but just enough. I also did my plates wrong. I had a placeholder, but I didn't stick to it. They're all supposed to be in one. Well, luckily, I think that doesn't hurt us in the slightest. It does up here. No, up here it doesn't matter, actually. But everywhere else, we need to bring in the plates one time. So I have my trim. And my trim is where we can start adding some temporary, maybe not temporary bricks. It does get a little messy here at the bottom, but that's the price we pay. If anything, I could just build a brick around it by adding a couple extra plates. So I'm not too worried. However, I think doing this, though, I lose a little bit of that rigidity I was just talking about. Once again, we shall see. It's still holding up pretty nicely. I think for now, start from the back, work my way forward. And these are just for future structures that will go on the sides. Probably not intended to be part of the base. And so the color doesn't quite matter. We're just gonna lay down some groundwork. All right, I got one left over. I'll just put that in storage, so I don't burn through all my blues. Blue dabba-dees. Okay. Now this is our canvas. This whole plated area that's jagged when I brush my hands against it, that all the corners catch on me. This is where we're gonna put all of our light aqua. Our large supply of light aqua. Let me get these plates, just move to the side for now. Let me grab a different bag of light aqua that you couldn't even see that was on off screen. It's a lot of 2x4s. Might have to dig into those later. 1x1s, which I have more over there, so I don't need those. But this bag has tons and tons. I'm not going to count that. That was a stack of bricks. Actually, we'll count it as one. Just for you, chat. Just for you. Because it was all connected. Counting it as one brick. Alright. And these 2x6s can make up the bulk of what we want to build here. Too bad I had everything already connected. But we're going to do some studs knot on top for the surface of the floor. I'm sure these pops are just really irritating the noise of the stream. But yeah, we're going to use some snot techniques and use all these bricks on their side. Get a nice smooth texture finish. And as I lay them down sideways, I need to think about how I want this to build upwards on the backside. I guess since we're at this step, I need to build a pillar that can represent how tall we can build. Because I just told my team this morning that we are going to go 26 bricks tall. That will fit in our dimensions, how much build space we have. So I'm just going to build myself a little dummy tower. Give us an idea of how tall 26 really is. That's 20. And with the tile plate, brick plate that we have going on for the base, that's an additional 2. So all we have left is 4 to add to this. I'll just get some 2x2 bricks. I should probably tell my team that it'd technically be 24 going off of the plates. Ooh. So that's our height. Maybe you'll see it from a far distance, but that's our height we're going to be able to work with. It's not very tall. And once I start adding the floor and the walls, it'll get even more crowded. But that's a good height to work with. I'm going to set that in the corner of my vision. It's almost as tall as these. Just a little taller than these Duplo towers. I could set those in the corner if we wanted. But you'd only be able to see it from the far camera. The far view. Yeah, I'm just gonna start stacking some of these bricks. So I need to get a rough shape of the floor. So if this is the front over on my far side, then we gotta think, how is it going to interact? And how I want to do this. How I want to do this. It's gonna be snot, so it's gonna be sideways like this. But that's where the next step comes in. It's also gonna be angled. These layers are gonna be different angles on the surface. So this front one needs to go all the way up to the front, but it might only come to about halfway, and then a second layer will cover that. So it's a lot to think about as we get along. So like I said, for now, just good to start dropping a bunch of bricks on here, seeing what we can do. This is probably a project that requires much more focus than what I'm giving it, but this is so all of you folks at home can also see the inner workings of the minds, the planning of the mocks, and what goes into such a large display, or what will be, the Frost Caverns. So we're going to use what has been a very popular technique recently, being so many more 3, 4, 5 triangles and what have you. Caught it. Of the, what's the technique they're calling it right now? The sugar grid. So as long as I place these in just the right spots, we'll be able to put it in at an angle. So for starters, I'm going to put some here and here. And then you gotta think about all the plates that go in between to get right back on the grid. If I had those 2x6s, they'd be a great example of trying to show this. Of course, I did not save those. So let me steal, that's not a big plate. That's a big plate. All right, so height-wise, it'll go from here to here, and every 5 bricks lines right back up. Now those are aligned. Technically, if I put these on the plate, they will connect a-okay, like that, because it's on the grid, and now you have a nice sturdy base. But with the grid and where they are positioned, we're going to be building triangles so that you can flip them, and that's where it gets crazy. So in theory, these bricks are in the way. So I'm just going to flatten this out a little bit. So if I place it like this, it'll connect in all these locations. These 4, there we go. But we want to get it angled, so we want to think flipped. So flipped, I'm going to start with this corner and this stud up here. I want to track those 2, so that way when I flip it, I can have them all positioned in the same spot. So that corner there. Oh, maybe I had it off. I haven't tried the quote-unquote sugar grid at such a large scale before, so I might be a little off. And this might take a minute to figure out. Because doing it upside down should give us an idea of where the alternates will be. It's going to be like that, right? No, not quite. It'll be at an angle, so I believe maybe we just slap it down. Aha! And then it starts connecting, maybe. Maybe. That one doesn't want to connect. But that one does. So we just have the one that wants to fight. You'd rather throw hands today than shake hands. Might need to work on my shear grid math. I'm also working with 4 points. Usually I only see people do it with 2. Maybe we'll start with that instead. Get our center team going. I suppose what I should be doing is a constant angle going across this line. That's what would probably work best. So let me build up just enough of these that we can then integrate a third stud and just follow that line. Maybe that was the play the whole time and I'm just pea-brained, not following a straight idea. Let's see, 4 studs up. So then this next one would be having 3 bricks apart. Right there. Right there. Alright, so those are all in a line. And they're all the right spacing to where these studs will technically line up on a plate. So if I laid them down like this, they'd all be connecting to the plate. Nice and straight, nice and connected, nice and secure, don't need to move it. But we want the opposite. So we're going to start with one in this corner. And we're going to angle it like so. It's hard to see when you can't see the brick, so maybe I'll take some of this off. So I'm going to start with this bottom corner, and it's going to be, let's see, 5th brick over, 2nd one down. So we want 5th brick over, 2nd one down. Aha! So that's good. However, I don't really like that angle. I think for the base we want more facing the front. So we will pivot this and it'll have this back angle and the 3rd brick from the front. There we go. We're on the board. We did it. Now if I can find where our other stud is. I believe we were going this way. Where the heck was this then? Is it down here? Where did I have this? Where were you at? Where are you stationed? Like this? It's supposed to be 3 bricks away, so it's supposed to be right here? Yes. No, yes, no, yes. Yes, right there. And I have this piece here. No, it's off by 1 now. What do we have over here, chat? What do we... None of those line up. Alright, whatever. So as long as I put those studs 3 bricks apart every so often, that gives us our connection point. Now to connect outwards, I have no clue. Because as if it stands, this stud's not doing anything. Oh! And 2 studs is not going to give this a crazy amount of strength. Luckily, it doesn't need a super amount of strength overall, but we want to have enough so that even tipping it sideways won't make the gravity want to pull it off. I suppose I can put the stud here, and that gives me a marker for that diagonal angle. However, I do want to start filling some of this back in, which would involve some deconstruction. Get this back out to here. And I might have to do the math off stream because I can't think of it right now, of where the side bricks the side connections would go. Because right now we only have this one line that is 4 bricks of separation and then 3 bricks side to side. So that helps us going continuation this way. But like I said, I don't know the math off the top of my head of how to go sideways. How do we go sideways? I suppose, would it be 3 bricks in the opposite direction? Mayhaps. I can't tell from there. So let's start playing around, and we'll see if we can get another equal distance connection point. So theoretically, the next one would be, what is it, 7 studs away? Right here, and that doesn't line up. That does not line up with the studs below. So yeah, this is, oh wait, would it be 7? Should it be this one? Maybe. No, that still wouldn't line up, so a lot of weird math. A lot that I currently am not wrapping my head around. I would love to do some calculation crunching, but I'm not going to do that on stream. So instead, we can just proceed with this. And yeah, like right now, it's just 2 studs holding it, so this won't be the sturdiest at the moment, but it gives us a starting point. So I think what we'll do is we'll build this way, and we can eventually get to a stud up here, just so there's a 3rd connection at some place. And I might need to like fully take this apart and redesign it, because like I said, part of this in the back won't be covered. We just want to play around until we have to redo a huge chunk of the whole build. This is helping, yeah, this is helping fill that towards the front as we go along here. What's a good ice movie? Ice Age? Ice Age for Ice Cave? Alright, let's see. It's 4 bricks over. Alright, so our next one also misses the bar just by a hair. Just by a hair, right there. Oh, that also makes an awkward overlap here. What was I saying? Ice Age. I haven't seen that in a long time. With, was it Ray Romano as the mammoth? Crazy. I think I only saw the first 2? I may have seen a 3rd one, I don't remember. But I don't remember them being bad. I mean, they kept making them, so they must have been doing well. It was what, DreamWorks? They made, what, 4 or 5? Sounds like it's dead now, but it had a good run. Definitely made its mark on the world. But it was just a, it was a fun concept, at the very least. Post-dinosaurs. Show some other prehistoric creatures that people probably didn't know about. And come on, it had Ray Romano. Everybody loves him, right? Right? Which makes me think Rayman. Sounds like Ubisoft's working on a new Rayman game. Or at least a remake. Why would they make something original? Or why would any big company want to make something original? Oh, it's sad, but true. Oh, this one brick is just a little too long. No. Okay. One more schnot brick. Schniggity schnot. Oh, but once again, we have reached a point where it doesn't have anywhere to connect. So we gotta keep going further. I think the next one just might barely hit the top edge here, in this corner. Oh. Let me move my bricks because they're starting to slide out the bottom. I'm trying to move this closer to center camera for everyone. It's right. Ooh. It'll be right up here. Jumping all over the place. Ice Age, Ray Romano, and everybody loves Rayman and Rayman Legends. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Rayman games. We're definitely due for another new exciting installment. Just something. Just tell us he's not dead. Tell us he's not a dead franchise. Okay, so maybe my math is off. And that this, I mean, it should work in theory, because we're just continuing the grid on its destined path. I'm not seeming to be able to fit this snot brick in here. Oh, there we go. So now we have 3 points of connection. You're here and here. Nice and secure. Doesn't want to shake at all. Strength-wise, it's not bad. I can lightly tug on this and it's not coming out. But just in case, let's push it back down. You know, that's how it is. But yeah, it at least gets us up to the front and gets us our starting first layer. Oh, there's a brick. There's a couple bricks under there. Oh no. I must rescue them. There we go. They're gonna get Castamaniago'd. Just locked into the wall. All right, it's gonna be, yeah, modifying it like this. It's gonna be a real pain because I'm just forcing the bricks apart. There. Just to get a couple more in. And lock it back into place. A smooth surface. They're gonna have to add a lot of extra, like, characters and vehicles and whatnot just to fill up this empty space. But this way, yeah, starting to like it. Starting to like it. What I have planned. Problem is, it is tearing through my 2x6s. I thought I had bought a nice, hefty bulk. And instead, it's just disappearing before your eyes. So I think what we'll start to do is experiment with the second layer. Since we have all these studs out, we're going to try to rotate it once more with a different connection. Now this will be the visible connection point. By that I mean the next layer is going to be on top, so we won't see these studs anymore. Meaning we can swap out these and put them on top facing down. That way you still have the light aqua. But as these stand here, we're not going to see them. So I'm going to get some bricks we're going to replace those with. And now if I wanted everything to be perfectly aligned on the math, on the Lego grid, so to say, I could just easily, honestly, I think there's gaps underneath. I can use headlight bricks, but I'm going to use Technic bricks. I know their measurement is slightly off, height-wise, but because we're working with a bunch of different angles anyways, there's nothing to notice out of that. So now I'm going to break this off, this big chunk, and we're going to replace those 3 we had for our next connection point. So that way we can attach to the next layer. And while doing this, I can actually take off some of the back bricks because we're never going to see those. So I'm going to take off just enough that still has stability. I might add some filler brick. What color are we feeling? Got greens behind me. This is probably a waste, but I got the brick. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna do a little of that. Because again, in theory, no one should see this. And we'll use that green to actually mark out our spacing. There we go. There we are. Okay, now, ooh, I guess this piece is next. So we'll snap that off. Oh, remembering where it goes though. We'll put our last Technic brick in there. And then once again, take out all of these pieces that no one will ever see. Because it's just gonna be covered up. And that's gonna be the constant battle of this, is trying to showcase, or trying to replace as much of the light aqua as possible to reuse it for what will actually be seen. Alright, trying to lose my place. There we go. Alright, so now this will be able to go up here, right there. And again, we're going to want something to fill this gap in. Also, I see I took out just a little too much of this aqua. I think this will be seen, this front bit. So let's do a little surgery. That looks a lot better. And I suppose since this is the part that will be seen, should be fine. Should be fine right there. Yes. So let's get 1x3 or another green brick, or 2 or 3. And these will all, like I said, be ghostly hidden away. So no one will even know it's really there. It looks bad, but again, that's just because you can see it right now. Maybe that's what this color should be deemed as, is a ghost brick. A ghost. Ghost with the most. Alright. Have a nice start for the next one. And so we're going to continue to rotate because that's going to be the simplest. In theory, I wanted to place these next ones elsewhere to get it kind of randomized. But if we just do this rotation again, they'll be even further off. And then we don't have to think too hard about it either. So if we just kind of replicate what we got going here. Although now we want, ooh, actually this gets tricky. Because if I replicate it, it's going to be there. And if I do the opposite, it's going to straighten it back out. Which is also not great. Mayhaps. Let's try to flip it. See where that gets us. Actually, that'll give us a crazy different direction. Look at that. Now we're perpendicular. Which I don't think we want. I think we still want angles. So we might just have to scrap these and put them elsewhere. My thought process is for a different angle. I may have thrown this off now. I'm losing my numbers. No, it's right there. Right. Oh, right there. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to move this one just down 2 bricks, and that should give us a completely different angle. This is all, you try this at home, this is all really messy to think about. And then lower this bow 1. Because now our one, going from one to the next, the gapping is, oh, of course that's off by 1. Going from one to the next, the distance is shortened, which means we're going to get a completely different angle. Oh, hold on, bring on that there. There we go. There we go. All right. And trying not, I should place like additional markers for the main structure, but I'm not. Because I'm really paranoid that that positioning is getting off. And then we got this nice, yeah, we got it back on. It's nice and connected. And we have a different angle going on here. And so I will deconstruct all this. So I just need 2 bricks apart. All right, we have this. So now, it's slightly off, and yeah, we can't do the other way, because if we do the other way, then it's going to be parallel with the base layer. So this is our new one now. This is our new weirdo. Maybe I should have gone taller. I don't know, but we have now like really shimmied it back. Really drastically shimmied it back. And that's going to be the whole concept of this build. There's going to be so much back and forth like this. Suppose, let's see. So our next one will be up here. Oh, perfect. So brick away. Yeah, this is incredibly difficult to remember where this top layer keeps going as I keep taking it off and putting it back on. Because if I'm off by 1 brick, then this top stud won't connect anymore, since it's all angled. All right, but now we can get to the fun part of the second layer. And the second layer. Oh wait, 1 more brick. What do we want? We want 3 away. Bam. Now we have our second layer. And that's going in a completely different direction already. And we can try to fill in some of these gaps for now. Oh, yep, it's getting real tough to pull out the previously existing brick out of the Technic brick. Is it's a lot of friction. There we go. And those are both really secure in there. Mostly secure. I'd love to figure out the math going the other way, but we'll see. I I will do that off stream, like I said. But see, yeah, now this layer, start filling this in, and we have a completely different dynamic going. I'm going to have a different brick, because right now 2 of the layers are exactly on top of each other, making it fairly difficult to get just about any strong connection from it. I'm gonna offset that with 2x4, and we're back on track. So like, yeah, all of this is getting covered up, so I can remove all that now. Now that I know what our top angle is, all of this is just completely worthless. And of course later I can just take off the entire layers and double check that I get as much off as possible. But you can start to see the idea behind all this and how it's going to be very intricate and hopefully stand out a bit. I know by doing this stream I have now shared my secret to the world, but I mean, who's actually watching? If you are watching, thank you for watching, and leave a comment on what your favorite tree is. I'd love to know. People know me as the tree guy now, even though I have no biology background. And if you told me to identify a tree, I probably wouldn't know it. But I like trees. Trees are still cool. Alright. So what this is teaching me so far is that obviously I need a lot more aqua. A lot more aqua. This is kind of shredding it very quickly. I probably should have scaled it down, but at least I didn't go bigger. But for now, I can definitely start to see the vision come alive a little bit. Because again, this is just the floor. I have different ideas for the walls to keep those angular. And then yeah, I gotta sprinkle in some different sized bricks. Whoa. Get some variety going. But also keep it strong. I can't think of other good ice-related media. If you know of a fun, let me know what your favorite fun, like ice movies, shows, Frosty Caverns. I mean, I can think back and like, I remember the snow level from Bomberman 64, if that counts. But beyond that, I don't know. Isn't there is it movie or a show or both about the train traveling on the ice? Is it Snowpiercer? I don't know anything about that one. But there's your Frosty stuff. There's some Frosty. Aside from, yeah, just like quick not cameos, but stop bys in video games. The ice level, mandatory ice level, slip and slide. obviously Lego has their Arctic theme, which comes back out and about every once in a while for the city theme. So we got plenty of ice stuff there. Maybe I should get some of that stuff to add to this. These frosty caves. But yeah, now we got some of those going. I think the next thing I'm going to run short on is slopes. So like I said earlier, I want the slopes for the angular nature of the build. I'm starting to think I'm going to run real short on slopes just as quickly as the 1x6 bricks. But yeah, a lot of planning would definitely come in handy for all of this. And just a lot more orders. Here they come. Here they come. Oh, more bricks, more bricks, more bricks. Yeah, because this is just gonna drain me of all my light aqua. And here I was thinking I was gonna be fine. Boy, was I wrong. It's so much. So much. But yeah, you can start to see where these angles come into play. Start smoothing it out. But keep it angular. There's that nice icy feel. Just kind of have it jumping back and forth between different momentums. It's definitely gonna take a lot of experimenting, because clearly I didn't plan enough on the techniques themselves. They were all just kind of theory crafted. And this is the first, like, hey, let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, like I should then remove all this. Oh, come on. Oh. And remove that. Just so we can add one more slope in here. And get a brick to fill that back in. All right, I'm keeping an eye on the clock. We're an hour 40 in. And we want to see if at the 2-hour marker, or I think it's like 2 hours, 3 minutes, something like that. It's cut out before. So let's see what happens this time. Keep a close eye on it, folks. Keep a close eye on it. Alright, and then it's also designed like this, where I suppose I could just shimmy the bricks on over. And then again, yeah, start taking some of these off. It's not going to be seen. I want to get a nice base layer going. I'm sure a lot of this will change, but I just want to start trying to visualize the build as a whole. You can get away with that one. Oop. Try not to lose my bricks. They're just everywhere now. Hodgepodge of bricks, you could say. Alright, maybe put just everywhere. And like, this isn't even helping me visualize the layout I want to go for, like for the room itself. because I want there to be walls dividing the center. And this is not helping with that. But it's helping me visualize the project as a whole. So I can't complain about that. Yeah, not too shabby though. Not too shabby. Stuff like that, yeah. I've probably gotten like a third of the way through my light aqua 1x6s, which is atrocious. It's just, like I said, it's going through it so quick. The ice is all melting. Oh no. We must protect the ice. Protect it. So we can do... Oh, I'm just like me jumping around back and forth all these different spots. Let's do one more knee slope. I have 1x2s. I should be using some 1x2s. Get some variety in there other than the 1x3s and the 1x2s that are too tall. So let me sort these a bit. Jeez. Yeah, I'd be a lot less all over the place if I just kept track of which ones I was using where. Not bad. I don't hate it. Not yet, at least. So now this back stuff is just kind of going to be overhanging, but eventually I can add just bricks that go 2 bricks down instead, and then it's back to being fully supported. So it's not going to get terrible. I also would love to do like a 3rd and 4th layer, but again, that's a lot more planning. One step at a time. All right. Need the vision to come into fruition. So yeah, this brick is already starting to hit the back. It's about to. It's about to. Put them up there. I don't see why not. It's free real estate, right? It's just wide open. All right, I think that's as far as the bricks can go, is that last one right there. Yeah, the next one's gonna overextend too far. So for now, we'll just make it a little jagged. Oh. And just keep offsetting these bricks so we have strength. I have a couple extras, so I don't have to keep digging into the bag over and over. Put those outside the tray too, so I'm not constantly, oh! Those count? Those probably count. I dropped bricks. I dropped 3. Sorry. 2, 3. Oh, we have 2. We're up to 6. Ouch. My bricks. They've fallen and they can't get back up. Except they did. I got them back up. We're rolling with it. Alright, so with this one now we can like start. Well, I'll do a straight line first. Get that intermission. And then after the straight line, you can start to use inverted slopes. And what's interesting with these aquas is that there is a convenient 2 tall slope, but not a 3 tall. At least I don't have any of the 3 tall. And then I have the inverted 3 tall, but there's no existence of a inverted 2 tall. So that's always fun. Yeah, like, so for now, I'm just gonna put this 1x2 sideways here, so that way it doesn't want to droop so much. Oh. In chat. But it was just a nasty bot. Just a nasty bot. Get out of here, bots. Starting to feel the power or the reach of the kick bots. Sorry, Kick, I just would be preferring that I was building on, what is it, TikTok? TikTok has good discoverability. And also it would make the vertical layout make more sense. But yeah, gotta get rid of those nasty, nasty bots. Might also need to just do some snot techniques to cover some of these gaps. Just start getting different angles in there that way. Have the big ones. Big ones. Something like that, yeah. Then you can start to see where like all this future planning comes in handy. Is like, well, I need to build out this now instead of leaving it as a gap. But to do that, I take all this off or all this off, and it's just going to be a lot of back and forth. A lot of back and forth. Just so that way I have the right size pieces in the right spots and not being wasteful. But man, I fully underestimated the hundreds of, probably upon thousands, of pieces that this is going to take up. So that'll be, I mean, at least I know this is going to be a really cool, insane build once it's done. One day far enough. Did I catch that one? I didn't. That one was a violent one. It flew at me like a bullet. There we go. All right, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, 6 long. Oh yeah, because I'm probably over halfway through the 6 longs now. Oh, not again. I'm on a hot streak. Don't make fun of me. I'm on a hot streak of dropping parts. All right. Oh, this is gonna be very satisfying. Just pyramid up, fill in that gap. Oh yeah. There you go. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. And let's finish off that pyramid. Just a couple more of these bricks. See, I was struggling to read what was going on with that bot a moment ago because I thought it was a friendly face I knew. The spelling looked like it at first. And then I realized I was bamboozled. It wasn't quite the same. Not quite. But yeah, you can start to see how this is shaping out with all these angles. And again, this is completely off the grid now. It's just whack. Whack. All right, let's see if we can get back to this corner, which is a nightmare to think about. Yeah, because I'd had to break off like the whole top half just to get over there. I guess this one's only connected. Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness, yeah, like trying to even just get this off. This little thin bit still is connected way too strongly. So just trying to see if we do that. There we go. Okay. We'll just bring it in every so often. That one wasn't, this one's not dropped, I just put it in my lap, alright? Okay. So one brick at a time. We're gonna start from the top right. Work our way down. Start filling in these gaps. Because now we have a nice good stopping point here so I can remember where things go. Let's see. Keep filling this in. And here, we get some more, oh, we got some fours out. Fours, horizon. Yeah, and this is all just kind of sitting down on the plate. So I don't have to worry about pressure down, but I do have to worry about if I tilt it sideways, it's gonna wanna flop up. So maybe I just need to keep this vertical at all times. Maybe. Me frantically looking around for the next part to use. Oh! That one wasn't dropped either. It was inside it. It was inside the build. Okay, and then 1x6 fit. Where's that corner gonna start to hit? Oh, it's just barely a gap. Let's go. All right, now, voila. And with that, we can reattach this. Oh, baby. Look how all that's coming together. That is very nice. Very nice. Very nice ice. We're starting to get layers. Layers. See, I'll have to figure out some other forms of connections in this back to lock it in. So right now it is wibbly wobbly, since it's only got like the two studs way up here. So, on this opposite side. Woo! Just barely. That's where it starts to look bad without more inverted stuff. So for now, I'm just gonna put a snot brick here. Just get a slight different angle. There we go. Yeah, you can start to see how this all shapes up. Should be a nice large basin. Especially if I can get the next layer of bricks, you know? Just more layers. Layers on layers, like onions and ogres and whatever you call them. No, I will not be doing a Shrek build. I can say onions and ogres, but I will not be doing anything related to Shrek. Now, orcs, I think Orktober is hopefully returning this year. I might do something with Orktober. Oh my goodness, Orktober. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that one. I want some 2x2 bricks to hold these up. Two by bricks. Nice thickness. Get this back to being propped up. And I am the fool. I actually needed a couple. I needed one more. I grabbed two and I needed three. Well, that's on me. It's always on me. There we go. And this allows, put pressure here. It's going to be propped up by the build below. This slope smoothed off to the side. Let's get more 2x6 bricks. What I should have done was photograph how big my 2x6 bag was at the start. And then we can all compare it to what it's going to look like by the end of the stream. So I can kind of guesstimate how many bricks I actually need at the end. Because, boy howdy, this is only a small fraction of what the full build's going to be like. So I'm a little worried about my part situation. At least I'm figuring out now, rather than a couple months away from Chicago. All right, and right now I'm just moving some parts around because I don't quite like the angle at the moment. So we're gonna see how it looks on a different angle. And that one's too flat. Okay. So maybe one more rotation. Oh, come on. It wants to fight. This wants to fight too. Like that, almost a 45 degree angle. I don't hate it. I want something subtle though. To get subtle, I might have to move it to the other side. Like that, maybe? Maybe. Maybe. Call a Mississippi Queen. Oh, no, not quite yet. Not quite. Okay. We're going to have to do some surgery here and keep experimenting with these angles. So like I said, I want it to, I guess to be subtle, I need to do increments like this. Oh. I need to do wider increments. That's the play. Okay, and I can do it in the other direction. So, start over. Let's start over. Oh, 2 hours, 2 minutes. That's getting spooky. Getting spooky. Oh, it's not frozen. Cool. Look at that. Oh, there we go. That's a much better angle. So we can extend this even further. Let's see, that's the same. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's the kind of angle we're talking about. Okay. And now to support this, I will put... Oh! The brick jumped at me, I swear. There we go. And this back one, I might just grab a plate. It most certainly won't be seen. So just a simple plate will do. There we go. This is such a skimpy connection, but like, hey, that's where we're going with these. Oh, 203. Okay. All right, Twitch. Maybe you do want to cooperate nowadays. Let's see. Just for stability, I'm going to move a couple bricks around. And then in reality, I can build from here, which might make the overarching design of this go much smoother. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Things like that, yeah. However, if you can kind of see it on screen now, we're starting to get higher up. You know, put a couple more bricks and show this off. Getting higher up, so it makes it a little. It's gonna get more and more unstable, which is what I'm gonna try to avoid. Ah, yes. This month is the month of September. I still do not plan to partake in September for a while, maybe in a couple of years. It is in the title that it is parts intensive. And I frankly want to divert those resources elsewhere, like this dome thing. But one year I probably will do September. I love doing spaceships. I've been kind of skimping out recently for all these other projects, but one year I will make my debut in September. I know exactly what ship I want to build. An original idea, of course. But that is many steps down the line. And many part orders down the line. I need my second half of Pick-a-Brick back up so I can get more fancy parts direct from the source. Alright, now I can show you guys exactly what I was talking about. Starting to have this big gap down here. Just easily can slide my hand here. And that's where it's going to start to lose all stability. And I can't think of a... There's no 2x3 long aqua brick, so I'd have to do like, 1x3s here. And again, it's just, it could probably wiggle. It's getting a little bit of wiggle in there. But oh my goodness, if you saw that aqua bag at the beginning, it was so much fuller. It was so full of brick, and now I am getting to the tail end. We might call a stream when I run out of those bricks, which will make me very sad because then I can't work on other parts of this project. But I didn't expect to run out so quickly. My goodness. My goodness. Gracious. Gabungus. I'm going to start rounding this out a little. Just kind of get our outer shape. That. And then we can choose some in-between bricks. Luckily, even though I've been like destroying my 1x6s, that has prevented me from digging into like a lot of the other bags. So I still have quite a few 1x4s, 1x2s. I have an okay amount of 1x3s. 1, a 2, a 3. but it is going to get very concerning since this is my biggest brick. Probably should have chosen aqua for the service that shall not be named. Yeah, that should be fine. Should be fine. I thought a brick was stuck in there and it was just the very bottom layer that I can no longer reach. Joke's on all of you, this is actually my mock to go along with the Titanic set. I'm just building the iceberg. That's all I'm really doing. Building a big iceberg. Bergberg. Has anyone ever named their town Bergberg? It's like Icebergberg. Like almost like Fred Burger. What a callback that one is. Kind of makes me want to go back and watch that show. If you know, you know. Fred Burger. Not gonna do the full accent. Or voice. It'll completely drain me. Alright, let's add some slopes. Some slopes. Slopes. There's my slopes. Slopes. So this will be my largest display to date, a collaborative, and because it's my largest and it's collaborative, it can be interchanged like New Hashima. But because it'll be one of my largest, it will be lingering around quite long. I will not be planning to deconstruct it anytime after its grand reveal. But it will be, like I promised, a doozy. It'll be a doozy. Get some... Whoa, I'm just all over the place. All over the place. 1x2s, 1x1s. Gotta fill these gaps in. They didn't bring any tiles out though. I should probably pick up some tiles to do even more smoothing. Now I might be jinxing it, but we're over 2 hours, 10 minutes. That's special in my books. Not for the length of the stream. I've gone very long on some of these streams, like 5 hours. But to not have it want to completely die on me and restart every so often, this is monumental. This is something special. This is the stream go beyond, talking to not just nothing, not just nobody, but the empty void. Create a backlog of entertainments that I'm sure only one person will find. But if you enjoyed this backlog of entertainments, once again I tip my hat to thee, and thank you very much. It is quite a struggle to talk to nobody. Quite a challenge. But I am always up for the challenge. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. We make the challenge. We follow suit. And we proclaim to the world, we shall not be defeated. Until we ran out of tacos. Because tacos is what we all truly desire. It's what we truly desire, sire. Maybe I'm just itching for tacos. Some good old tacos. Maybe it's a Lego movie. Subliminal messaging for Taco Tuesday. I don't know. I know nothing. This one's not as nice in shape, but it is still cool and at the angle. I might have to make. I kind of have an idea. Hold on. Just rip this whole thing out. Maybe a bit lower. Do it down here. I'll leave that for now. Whoa, this all shifted. Why did this shift? Oh, you know what? I know why. It probably ripped off that brick. Yeah, it sure did. I'm gonna do this. See, this is the thing. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this in the future. Oh, oops, do this. There we go. Good old Duplo, to the rescue. Alright, I'm gonna grab a Technic brick. I don't know why I hadn't thought of this before, but this is just simple extra little bit we can add to the layering. Oh, there's so much stuff. I just tripped on things. Just adding a random Technic brick right there. Oh, geez, connecting this is a pain. I need more. Oh. Alright, see what happens. I need 2x2 bricks over here. Not 1x2s that have no bottom connection. Okay, that's all connected. This is not Duplo the rescue again. Right there. Get that plate reconnected. Yep, there we go. Okay, we got that piece there. And probably nothing too big. But get some slopes. Slopey. This would probably be a good spot for Snot. I'm trying to reverse some of this stuff. But I'll tell you right now, I did not plan that far ahead. Not on this one little thing. I need to look up and see if they have 1x3 inverted slopes in Aqua. That'd certainly help in this spot. And one more slopey dope. Slopey dope with the mope. Oh, I suppose I could use this slope and tile it off. But just for simplicity's sake. Kind of liked it better without that nice long flat side. Hard to pick. I might go with that for now, just for now. And then voila, you can just slap another extra little globule in there. I'm glad the shadows are kind of picking this up better, so it's not just all aqua and aqua. You can start to see where my lines are. But yeah, the simple thing like that can add so much more. So much more. More. think I'll do 3. I'll do 3 here. Does everybody get their fill of summer? Nice long summer vacation. Warm weather, enjoying the weather. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is almost empty. This bag was pretty much full when we started. Great, well, like half full, but still. It's crazy. Crazy good. Might be too big. We're gonna trim this down just a little bit. Just a little. Because I don't think you'll see this back corner. Alright, let's see. We want to go straighten out. I think we'll only straighten out once. Oh, 1x4 plate in there. Straighten out just once so we can start using inverteds. Inversion right away. I'll just grab 2 of the big ones. What I think I'll do is instead of burning up both big ones right back to back, I might wait a little bit and then add the second one. Use up some little ones first. Got plenty of those. I'm just amazed I was able to collect this much aqua in the last couple of years. What would that be, 4 years? I guess shouldn't be too amazed, but it clearly wasn't enough. Yeah, we're starting to get that real spooky, super flexible distance away where it's going to lose all of its strength. Hold up parts of the model. I had more. There's more inverted. All these bags. Bags on bags. That might be where I call it for that layer. At least the outer edge. Some odd numbers in here for my 1x3s. Did it again. Did it again. I should have added a lot more bricks to that connection. There it is. Yeah. That's gonna get super sketchy once we get to the higher layers. So many layers further up. And it's just not gonna want to connect. Or it's not gonna want to stay in place. Oh yeah, nice and simple right here though. It's 45-degree angle. It's slowly going in a bit more than it's going out, so that's great for the wall. And then I can do something like that. Yeah. We just do a bunch of 1x2s. first off, we're gonna fill the gap right behind it. Whoa, again. Every time. Is it there? Oh. Alright, you can't blame me on that one. Alright. It fell off and exploded on its own. I'll add it, but I'm not happy about it. I'm gonna get some bricks that actually support it. 2x4 and a 2x2. That should hopefully not snap off. Can fully support this. All its weight and the layer above it too. Now where were we? Yes. ECCCs. I'm lazy, I don't want to grab a 1x1, so I'm just grabbing a snot brick for that last one. Something did happen. It is out a little bit, but we'll make it work. Yeah, just a whole lot of everything is what I need, that's what I'm seeing. Whole lot of love. That's what I need. Whole lot of bricks, whole lot of love. That's all it's left. Oh, almost out though. I'll try to plan something a little less aqua next time. A little less monochromatic. As far as these angles have been, it has been quite a shoehorn disaster. But yeah, this is just a small layer of what will hopefully be the full thing one day. One day. Clearly, I needed to plan a lot more. I thought I bought a lot to begin with, but this just goes to show how fast you can burn through bricks. It's been constant eye-opening nonsense. Where'd they all go? This must be what it's like to design the $1,000 Death Star. It's like, oh, where'd the 9,000 bricks go? It's just a wedge. What happened? Oh, a mess. A mess is what happened. Yeah, it's kind of wobbly. Not a big fan of that. It's sturdy as the connections I made earlier. It's going to get bigger, it's going to get wobblier, and it's going to become like half of my other builds. But they look nice, but then they explode on movement. Alright, I probably don't need to fill in this whole thing, so I'll probably just go till I get to the peak of the inverted pyramid. Try to move to the next thing, or might just call it there. Hard to think what to do next at the moment, being already this close to being out of bricks. And for everything starting to get chilly outside, it is getting toasty in here. toasty with the mosty. I need my airflow. Always back with the airflow. But this does give us a nice starting platform. Probably send it to the collaborator members. See what they think. How we might want to improve on it. Things like that. Things like that. It's a good start though. It's a good start. I don't know how much else I can really think or plan on stream. We could try doing a little bit of walls. Had that kind of thought out. Kinda. Maybe not maybe. It comes down to, did I pick up any cheese wedges? I have the smaller ones, but at the moment, I need the big ones. Inverted curves. Will that help us? And regular curves. Those are no use at the moment. And yeah, I'm not seeing too wide cheese wedges, so I might have to go with regular. Seems like I didn't stock up on enough cheese. Cheesy cheese! So let's see what we can. Let's see what we can do. So I think for starters, I built too close to the edge to add a wall. But we can still try. My initial plan. Oh. Hey buddy, I saw your channel and noticed you're streaming some great content. However, you need more followers. Oh. So you're a bot. Well, that's cool. Just followed, huh? I can help you get 25 subscribers for 3 days. Wish you close to 1,000 a month. Send me a very request on Discord if you want more. Hey Dave, thank you for the offer, but I'm good. I'd rather do this the natural way. I know it's a bit of a struggle, but I also don't want to fall for any what is more than likely a scam. But I appreciate you stopping by and dropping the follow. It is that little bit of dopamine for a single person. But you are sounding quite a bit like a bot. And I'm not really going to support that. But thank you for stopping by and giving me something to talk about for a moment. For just a moment. Even if it was so brief and nonsensical. Starting to see a lack in plates for this. Yeah, the fact that was so generic. Yeah, thank you for talking about my wonderful, what did you say? Some great content. Great content. Very descriptive. Couldn't even mention the fact that I'm building Lego or anything. So to catch you up, chat, viewers, what I'm working on is I wanted to invert these wall panels and use these kind of jagged like segments of the wall and then kind of layer them back as they go. And because of their shaping, if I did the top, it would just be kind of a flat cutoff when it hits the floor. Say this is the floor and this is the angle. Now you have that awkward gap. But if I do it upside down, I can use the cheese slope and close that gap. So that was the plan here, was to invert a bunch of those. I need to look up what the cheese slope is like, how common it is, the 2 wide for aqua. But at the moment, I just have a few of the regulars. So once again, not well planned at all. And I also don't have much for the plates. Ooh, I do have some too wide in the regular spot. I'm going to pull out all of those. We'll start building with those. Actually, this regular spot has some plates too. I was about to complain about that next. I might have plates somewhere, but I'm not seeing them. I don't think I stocked up well on plates. Because I need a little bit more height, so that way, yeah, we get a nice big slant. So let's see, we'd probably want bigger slants near the front, because that does open up a lot more visibility and kind of round out and circulate the overall image. And so these are just going to go right on top. You go right on top of these layers. And that's where we get to the next problem of, yes, I still did not leave space for the snot that will be on top of that. That was my big concern. So let me get some more pieces to kind of continue this idea. And keep that chugging along the wall. See what we can do. I guess this helps me put the whole project in perspective, and my understanding that I need to do a crazy amount more planning before getting invested in doing all this on stream. Because my bad, folks, I'm running out of stuff to do. Whoopsies. But we'll keep seeing what we can find. See what we can do. I did drop one. I'm sorry. Add to the total. Add to my tab. Because like I could have done digital design again this week, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to overload with a bunch of starting content of non-stop live streams on the digital's front. It felt like it was going to get awkward and repetitive. Or I don't think it's that as appealing. I don't think the digital stuff's as appealing, is what I meant to say. I think we can find a lot more enjoyment when it's this physical stuff and a lot more experimentation. So this is what I was talking about with like the stepping, where it'll kind of get a little bit better, kind of chopping it up in there. And then I did see with the next one, I'll probably use jumpers, because if I remove a plate, change the height, it changes the whole angle. And I think a jumper will get it so it has a smoother transition. Yeah, marvelous. If you're not a bot, go ahead and say some more things and say how. Say what interests you about this stream. What's your favorite part? Don't be a downer. Be a part of the conversation. We're just having a good old time building away. I'm having fun learning. Everything's an experience. So one step at a time, I'm getting there with these streams. Yeah, it'd be fun to get like a nice big boost right off the bat, but I also don't want all these fluffy scams that everyone just kind of goes along with. just kind of rides that out and then realizes that since everybody's doing it, no one's special anymore. I'd rather keep that magic a little bit. See what we can do. See what we can do. Riding those waves. Alright, so let me flatten this out. Ooh, that angle gets a bit too shallow. Maybe we do need to jump a full brick. Let me try that out real quick. Or did I have it up one too high? No, it's the same height. Same height. Yeah, if you weren't a bot, you'd maybe chat a little more. Instead of, I don't know, immediately subscribing and saying that comment at the same time. There's also a lengthy first comment. Doesn't feel very human. Oh wow, so yeah, if we do that next angle in, it's so drastic of a change that it starts clipping in front of the next. So I might need even further jumper it back to jump further beyond. Alright, so yeah, like that angle's a lot better, but it does make a gap at the bottom. Luckily from the angle we're building, though, that shouldn't be seen, because you'll be seeing it from this side. So yeah, you don't even see that. You don't even see that. Hard to say when I want to integrate those, though. Because I also don't need to make them all too wide, because that'd probably get very boring and not look very good. So I'll need some that are probably closer to 4 wide, or I do have the 1x1, so I guess we do 3 wide. We do a lot of variation. I might also just have to go with a lot different snot techniques, aside from this one. The struggle will be once we get to this point, then it's going to need to kind of jag back out. And a lot can go wrong doing that. So, yeah. Yeah. Just a lot of theory crafting. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be parts intensive, that's for sure. For now, I'll leave this funky one, but I'll extend it the other way to get a little bit more of an idea of what we're working with here. And I'm going to add a crazy amount of bricks to my, not only my Bricklink wanted list, but also my cart that's cooking up on Pick a Brick Online. Because this thing's gonna go crazy. Crazy good. Oh yeah, it's already starting to get way off because I just one plate and it all goes downhill. One plate short. Not to mention, it's just I have like little to no 1x2 plates. So hopefully I just left it in a bag somewhere and didn't bring it with the whole group, but it's a little spooky. Also these, yeah, I'm doing ratcheted joints so that they're the aqua to a regular hinge, and this one's super loose. It does not want to stay. So we'll see. We'll see. We always will see. Let's try to do a 2 wide to close this off. And then, like I said, I'm pretty much out of plates. I'm not seeing any. I'm gonna switch to 1x1 plates just because I'm desperate. Oh, there's a 1x2. And 2 more 1x1s. Yep. This is quite sad on the quantities. Oh, I used the 1x4 plate when I found that one earlier. Jeez. Hold on. Hold on. I better figure out where that 1x4 plate came from, because if I have one, I might have more. Oh, okay. Alright. These 1x1s don't want to come off. Oh. That loud snap. Alright. Now we do everything. Everything all at once. Everything you can have. Oh, of course, I put the ratcheted joint on the far side so you can't see it. Alright, whatever. We will do this side. We'll do it right there. Oh, come on. There we go. Hey, buddy. Nah, it's getting there. It's the stair step you design at an angle. Right? Yeah. I'll leave that on this side for now. Yeah, that big one doesn't want to stay either. So maybe something to re-support him in the back, or who knows. Just put these cheese slopes in this extra drawer. Yep, that's the thing. That's the thing so far. Maybe after, I think I'll have to. I don't think I'll be working on this all of September. I was planning on it, but now that I've given this a test stream, oh Nelly, I was expecting these to last a lot longer. Like, I want to do this one as a stress test because it's going to be one of the larger segments. But I also want to do a smaller segment so I can do both for the collab to be based on. And this segment and the smaller segment combined is still nothing compared to the overarching project. So this puts it in perspective of how deep in the hole I'm going to be going with buying bricks. Especially with how tragically our shipping economy is right now. And overseas products. Kind of time-stamping this stream of it, but that's fine. It's going to be spooky on how I get these parts. But I'm going to need to work some magic, pull some strings, find whatever light aqua I can for cheap. And I guess I'm stuck in the US for now. Oh boy! Oh boy! I know it's been quite the monochrome stream. There's not a lot of color here, but I do like, I can see it on the stream. It catches the shadows just nicely. You can all see the shape that I see. Actually, I think you guys can see the shaping better. Like all these lines going through, yeah, that looks so much better on stream than what I can physically see. Because when I look at it from this angle, this platform up here blurs with this, and this blurs with this. I don't see those shadows from this angle. Let me flip it around. Maybe I can. I want to see what you guys see. Oh yeah. From the front. Ooh, that looks glorious because it's got such a shadow cast from the side. Like that line that you guys can see, it's so much more dramatic from the front because it's just a wall. So that whole wall is darker. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more confident about this build then. That's gonna be cool. No pun intended. No pun intended. It's the Frost Caves. Not a big fan of this jack, but maybe I need more like that. Maybe I need more like dips in that's jagged, because it does make a nice, cool, sharp angle. But the fact that it's alone, it's kind of awkward. Kind of awkward. Cool. And honestly, the height's not feeling too bad now. Looking at what I got to work with. Because yeah, if I go up to yeah, but I know this is doing you nothing stream. But up to here, that's actually going to be quite a good amount of space. It's not going to be as grandiose of a cave as I'd want, but it's still enough height to make some cool, dramatic changes, some differences. Yeah. So yeah, again with this planning, it is hard to decide. I want this my big segment to be a bunch of branching caves, like just a bunch of different pockets here, and here, and here. You can look down one and see like all these branching pathways. But obviously, with how I did this floor, it's really built to be an open room. So I think will be probably reworking this whole base, but at least it gave us something to start with, something to kind of imagine and picture, which I think is most important at this early stage. And I mean, it's pretty sturdy. It's gonna get heavier. I might have to rewrite how sturdy we're making this thing, because it has flex. It does have flex. But maybe I just need those outer walls to hold everything in place. Maybe. But then the outer walls aren't going to cover the front. So, give and take. This is going to take. This is the challenges of mock building and planning for all of these big shows and trying to get things presentable. Almost had a mishap there. The drawer almost flew out on its own and spilled all the bricks inside, so avoided that. But I might just sit here, chat a little bit longer. We'll hit that 3-hour mark, call it good. I see there's a little bit more sorting I can do, because some of these came from smaller batches where they weren't combined with the big ones. I think for now, yeah, all the 2x6 could go into one of these smaller bags. So we'll just slowly whittle our way back down to a nothing of a stream. I'm glad how this turned out. I'll actually spin it around because I think it looks better the other way on stream. We don't have this awkward corner. But yeah, you can expect this build. The goal is to get, like I said, get it at least presentable by April, and complete by June for Chicago. So that's the goal. But in the meantime, there's going to be so many distractions. Like I said, October is just such a busy month for me. I'm only, like I said, about halfway done with that project. And I've been working on that since, I'd like to say late July, maybe early August. So had over a month, and it's getting to a deadline. But that's another good reason to call a stream a little earlier, so I have a little bit more time for that. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. But this was fun. I'm glad the stream at least motivated me to get started on this one, when I probably shouldn't be starting new projects, but the team's waiting on me, so may as well help them out a bit, get them some ideas. Keep the Kindle burning, as you could say. Keep it running amok. But yeah, any questions at all, feel free to ask. I love to learn, and I hope others appreciate learning as well. It's just good for the mind, good for growth. we can always do so much more in the world if we combine our thoughts and become better people. A lot of knowledge is trying to be smarter than the next person so that you can outmatch them, outplay them, outdo them. Getting advantage. I dropped one. We're counting that. But I dropped one. Trying to get advantage over your neighbor just to be richer, be more powerful. What a waste of time on this planet. So let's just make some cool art instead. And I mean, as cool as the art can be, it is Lego, but we're having fun with it. We're having fun. Let's see, I'll probably put slopes at least. I'll probably put smaller bags in bigger bags so I don't lose part types. Like I got all these slopes on me now. And they can probably all go into the biggest slope bag. Although this might work against me later when I try to figure out how many bricks I need, or what I need to start planning to buy on bricks. Because I'll be like, oh, I have plenty of slopes. Realizing it's like 4 different types together. Oopsies! But man, it feels so satisfying just to get them all into the same batch. Another thing that feels satisfying from this stream is that music was working. I'm glad I got that fixed so that it does not cut out anymore. Makes me very happy. Again, not to jinx the stream, but very happy with we didn't get a disconnect either on Twitch. Kick was good last time. Last time Kick did not die out either. But having both not die out, I mean, that's the bare minimum. That's what we wanted. That's how the stream should have been from the beginning. Thanks, Streamlabs. Also, speaking of these streams, I've been very happy with the quality. At least like the upload and all that. Not like, obviously, if you look at my borders, they're a little rough cut. They were kind of a sloppy rush job, and I don't care to fix them at the moment. I think that they're passable. But the overall upload stream quality is actually holding up, which is nice. I never thought I had great internet, but maybe it's better than I thought. It at least manages to do the stream stuff. Streamy streams or stream streams. I clearly need to use these double tall snot bricks for more studs upwards, so there's things to connect to. Because I have a good amount of them, and I won't be using them for the hinging. So I might need to use more of those. And I have all these curves that I don't know when or if I'll use. Because like I said, I want all this angular shaping. Like even for this little circle here, I want all to be angles. But to get back on track, yeah, the quality's been pretty good. I always thought my internet was pretty crap, but clearly it's passable. It's passable. I'd greatly appreciate any feedback. If you are watching the VOD on YouTube, you are watching an exact copy of what it looked like on Twitch. So if there's something off, please leave a comment. Let me know. What can I do to improve? I want things to be the best for your enjoyment, as well as my fine quality. So, any feedback is greatly appreciated, as long as it's constructive. Don't just say that my voice sounds like crap. because I know I have a higher pitched voice and it sounds like crap. Don't just leave it at that. Give me something to improve upon. That's not my voice being awkward at times. At times it's awkward. But it allows me to do silly voices that are also at a higher pitch. I love me some Skeletor. And hopefully I'll let that bleed out every once in a while. He's also so close to Waluigi. And plenty of others. But I don't plan for this to be like an impression stream. As like a secondary thing for the LEGO stuff. I would prefer to focus the LEGO. And maybe a little tomfoolery. But yeah, I can see that I have this really big bag and this semi-decent big bag. Both of the 1x2x5s. And they can just be combined. There's no reason for them to be separate. So I mean, at least these feel confident for the walls. I feel a lot more confident that this is close to enough for walls. But not, oh, maybe not. I don't know. After the 1x6 Finasco, I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. And then, I mean, we also have these. Oh, these are the 3 tall bricks. And those might work just as some substitutes between them. Wow, clickety clack, beauty clack. There's all those bricks. They were all able to upgrade the bag and combine. Yay! Combiners. What else do I have in there? Oh, you know what? Oh, I did have the cheese slopes. They were in there. I might as well look through the box. What else do we have? So I have 1x1 plates on the floor. Oh, I have some other plates in here. Oh, 1x6. I need some 1x4s though. Tiles too. I have tiles elsewhere. Alright. It's still a mess. And I have these bigger slopes, but they won't help for these layers. So I'll ignore those. This is the gemstone. Whoa. And I don't think I need to worry about walls. Because this is a thick boy. This is a lot of those bricks. And maybe I need to start using these for floors. But that's a huge chunk that I think will be just a-okay. So less on that, more on the 1x6s. So 1x6s, starting to think this is not enough cheese slopes to the walls. Where we got? Oh, no, I'll take it for a second. Cheese. 1x6 cheese slopes. Pretty much all slopes that are 1x. I'm definitely gonna run out of hinge plates. It's gonna get expensive, very expensive. And instead of rattling on how much more money I can waste on these, I think we're just gonna call the stream there. So if you stopped by during the stream, if you are watching the VOD, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Always my pleasure. Hopefully I'll catch you again in future streams. If you want to check out more of my stuff, you can see the very, very bottom square. That's other stuff I've been working on this whole time. Other stuff I've worked on in the past that you can see the whole time throughout the stream. If you want to see those in closer detail, there's also all the socials in between, in the middle picture. Yeah, that one right there. You can see it on Instagram. You can find instructions on Unbreakable. Twitter, I'm trying to update when streams go live, but still early. I don't care about Twitter half the time. And of course, there's Twitch. I mean, you're already there or you're somewhere close. So you can find me under Terra Ender for most things. The VODs are under TE VODs on YouTube. And I hope you enjoyed the content. Let's get to that outro screen, because I've been rambling for so long. We must be on our way. Where am I at? Here I am. Here I am Cinnamon. Alright. Thank you for stopping by for Flat Ice. And for that, we'll say adieu. Goodbye. 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 Iceman, he's the Iceman. I don't know why I'm going with this tune. Ice.